This is TV Platinum. Here are the top 5 stories making headlines.
During a plenary session on Thursday, the Senate passed a resolution seeking protection for local meter manufacturers in response to the recent approval of a $155 million World Bank loan for the National Mass Metering Program initiated by the federal government. The motion, sponsored by Senator Victor Ume, LP, Anambra Central, emphasized the importance of safeguarding domestic manufacturers in developing economies. The senator highlighted that the role of the industry procurement regulators is to support and promote local production, resulting to imports only when there is a significant gap between local supply and demand. Furthermore, Senator Ume informed the Senate about the World Bank's approval of the $155 million loan for the National Mass Metering Program. As part of its decision, the Senate urged the federal government to temporarily suspend the TCN tender for the World Bank-funded NMMP Phase 2. The House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on the International Boundary Dispute between Nigeria and Cameroon disclosed on Thursday that it is considering filing a fresh application to appeal the International Court of Justice judgment that handed over Bakassi to Cameroon. During a meeting with relevant stakeholders, the chairman of the Ad Hoc Committee, Benny La, expressed optimism that the ongoing efforts would prevent a recurrence of the loss of portions of the Bakassi Peninsula. Also, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kanu, has called for increased economic partnerships and cooperations among African countries. He stressed the importance of removing artificial boundaries that hinder the free movement of people and goods across the continent. These remarks were made during a courtesy visit by the Speaker of the East Africa Legislative Assembly, Honorable Joseph Ntakirutiamana, accompanied by the Speaker of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS Parliament, Honorable Sidi Tunis, and a member of the Tanzanian Parliament, Honorable Mlozi Richard. Honorable Kalu urged parliaments across Africa to review their laws that hinder economic growth and restrict the free movement of people. He pledged the support of the Nigerian House of Representatives for Dr. Tulia Aksen's candidacy for the President of the Inter-Parliamentary Union (IPU) and requested her to present her manifesto to lawmakers. The Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Honorable Sidi Tunis, also stressed the importance of African integration and commended Nigeria for its contributions to ECOWAS. The Defense Headquarters (DHQ) has reported that Nigerian troops have successfully eliminated a significant number of terrorists and bandits in various operations across the northeast, north central and northwest regions of the country. Speaking during a media briefing in Abuja on Thursday, Major General Edward Buba, the Director of Defense Media Operations, shared details of the recent accomplishments of the Armed Forces of Nigeria. These operational successes were achieved through a combination of land and air missions over the past 2 weeks. In the Northeast, Operation Hadin K forces executed successful operations in Mafa, Kukawa, and Kunduga local government area of Borno State, neutralizing several terrorists and apprehending high-profile terrorist collaborators. Additionally, some active terrorists and fighters willingly surrendered to the troops due to the relentless and sustained pressure they faced, with some even claiming to have abandoned the terrorist ideology. In a recent development, a federal high court in Abuja has ruled that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB), must be granted access to his medical records and doctors of his preference by the Department of State Services. Delivering judgment on Thursday, Justice Binta Nyako, the presiding judge, dismissed the objections raised by the DSS, deeming them lacking in merit. The court has been presented with a suit marked FHC/ABJ/CS/2341/2022, where Kanu sought permission to apply for an order of mandamus to compel the DSS to allow him access to his chosen medical practitioners, among other requests. A.M. Nnamdi, the counsel representing the DSS, had contested the jurisdiction of the court to grant such request. However, the court upheld Kanu's plea, emphasizing his right to seek medical attention from the doctors of his choice. This decision reflects a significant development in the legal proceedings concerning Nnamdi Kanu, ensuring that his access to medical care and health professionals of his choosing is duly protected. The National Executive Council (NEC) has reached a unanimous decision to implement palliative measures aimed at alleviating the hardship faced by the most vulnerable Nigerians due to the recent removal of fuel subsidy. The palliatives will be distributed through a cash transfer program jointly executed by the federal, state and local governments. The decision was made in response to the recent increase in petrol prices, which have surged to 670 naira per litre following the removal of the fuel subsidy. Acknowledging the immediate need to support the poorest of the poor across the country, the NEC convened at the council chambers of the State House in Abuja on Thursday. As part of the relief measures, the NEC has emphasized the importance of conducting integrity tests on national social registers. Additionally, the state-level social registers will be reviewed to ensure that the cash transfers effectively reach those who are most vulnerable and lack access to traditional bank accounts.
Those are the top stories. Do subscribe and follow us across all our platforms to get more of these updates.